Have you been thinking about growing food and you just don't know where to start or what to even start growing first? In today's video, I'm going to share with you 2 simple seeds that I am planting right behind me in these trellises so that I can grow pounds of food this year. Let's get right into it. These 2 trellises that you see right here that I built with my own hands is just 2 pieces of cattle wire that I made into an arch, right, with 4 T-posts on each one. And I made 2 of them, right? So nothing special or fancy, but it works like a charm. And I'm going to be planting lima beans and string beans in these guys today. So let's get started with my guerrilla planting of green beans and purple and white lima beans. If you don't have trellises like these in your backyard, then no worries, because you don't need them to grow a ton of food. You can easily start with growing your beans, say in the ground or in a big pot, and then you just use sticks or bamboos and you make them into a teepee right above your pot or the ground. You just make a teepee with a couple sticks, and then you can use something like rope or a zip tie, and you just zip tie them on the top. That way when the green beans or lima beans, whatever you're wanting to grow that crawls, can grab a hold of the sticks and they can all climb up, right? And you can just walk around in a circle and pick beans as you need it. In today's example, I'm going to be using my pickaxe and making 2 trenches on each side of the trellis. And I'll be just planting green beans left and right. On the second trellis, I'll be planting purple and white lima beans left and right. As simple as that. So I'll dig 4 trenches, 4 lines, and then just drop the seeds in, very simple, and water them after. The cool thing with fresh beans, when you're planting the seeds, I find, for me anyway, that they pop fairly quickly. I swear, in like a couple days, they're up and ready to go. So let's get started. Simple pick using the flat side. I have found that in the past, this entire space where these trellises are and to the right, I tilled the ground with a little tractor. And the first year, everything I grew in my garden was amazing. I mean, lettuce to Swiss chard, beets, kale, bell peppers. Everything grew beautiful and amazing. What I found though, the years after, the second, the third year, I was having a hard time to grow food. I think by tilling the ground, a lot of the nutrients just vanished, right? They kind of sank maybe deeper into the ground because the soil was so soft now that a lot of the nutrients were gone the second, third year. So with this year, this past year actually, this last season, I had lima beans growing on here, and I'll leave a link above and down below on a video that I made where I was harvesting some of the lima beans. And they were beautiful actually. The lima beans, they were growing like very nice. If your soil is depleted, make sure you're throwing good compost. Say if you're doing something similar to mine, right? You could just plant some seeds in the ground and maybe put 2 wooden pallets, put a bunch of the sticks like I told you in a teepee, tie the top, right? If your soil, if you know that your soil is depleted or it's not good, then definitely throw some organic fertilizers and some good compost if you have, with something that gives good drainage also, like pumice rock, perlite. And then once you do that, then you'll ensure that you'll get a pretty good harvest, right? When you give the plants the right nutrients and have them in the right spot too. You know, some plants like a little bit more sun, some like a little bit more shade. I find that the lima beans and green beans, they do very well, even in the full sun, where I'm located, which is in like a zone 10 to 11, very tropical. You know, I don't claim to be the best gardener in the world or anything, but something as simple as that right there. 4 little lines next to your trellis, and you open the potential to grow pounds of food. It's quite amazing when you think about it. Thankfully, my soil is somewhat soft because I have tilled it in the past, which was kind of like a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. It made, you know, aerated the soil, which the plants were, it was easier for my vegetables, herbs, all the good stuff to grow. But I found that a lot of the nutrients were lost. I think when you till the ground, a lot of the nutrients just fall away, is what I notice personally for me. You know, so you gotta revamp things with organic fertilizers, or at very least compost. This is what I did last year, and I grew a good amount of food by just doing something as simple as that. And you know, I did build these 2 trellises last year also, because I wanted to grow things that could crawl, right? So, and this is about the perfect height, you know, and it's about 6 feet high. So anything that grows on the top, that'll hang down, like say string beans or even squash. You could grow pumpkins, squash, maybe even watermelons. You know, and you can just pick right overhead, something that is ideal. This is what I did last year, and I grew tons of food. So I have some of the seeds that I grew from this past season, right? Just simple purple and white lima beans, which I absolutely love because they're you know, a good size, and they're quite buttery actually. So I love making soups and dips with them. And then I got some simple green beans, which I absolutely love also. You know, you can pick them when they're quite young, right? And nice and crunchy and sweet. And you can chop them up and make stir fries and all that good stuff, soups. So I got some of those seeds also. I forgot what variety this is exactly, but they're quite awesome. This is a good variety. I'll just pop the seeds in the ground and water them. As simple as that. And we'll see how it goes. Also, I wanted to mention planting your plants at the right time can be quite important. Say with the moon cycles and even the spring equinox, which happened just recently, like a couple days ago from the time of filming this video, which was on March 20th and the 21st, right? The 21st was the spring equinox, where the day and night becomes equal. You know, so the ancients would keep track of all this stuff, especially when it comes to planting. The equinoxes, the moon phases, when to plant, when not to plant. Right now is a perfect time to plant. We just had a full moon also recently. So this is a perfect time to be popping these guys in the ground. Let's get into it. I usually space them about 5 or 6 inches apart. Whoa. Here, I'll show you a quick example of how these lima beans look. These are the lima beans. They're kind of just toasted now, but these are nice. Anyways, these pods, right, these guys, they're just gorgeous. Go check out that video that I made. This is quite a few months ago, but that was pretty awesome. I did an awesome harvest on that video, harvesting these exact lima beans, which we got right here. And then the string beans are these guys right here. These are the string beans. Right, whoa. So we'll be planting these guys. Bear with me, I'm racing against the sunlight. Now we're gonna plant the purple and white lima beans. And I'm just gonna pop them in the ground about 5 or 6 inches apart. That's perfectly good. Even if I planted, say 50 beans, 25 on each side, if only, say 2 or 3 catches, that's still a ton of food. Even if 1 or 2 caught, you would still get a good amount of food. So if you get maybe, say half out of the 50, say you got 20 out of the 50 that actually grew. Okay, let's just say 10. How's that? 10 would be 20%. If just 20% caught, which might be even pretty high. That's about right. If you get at least 5 to 10 to catch, that's a ton of food. Okay. Okay. And there you have it, guys. As simple as that. Digging 4 lines and planting seeds every 5 to 6 inches with a quick water. And now you are on your way to growing food. If you don't have the trellis, throw them in a nice big pot and build a little teepee above it with sticks or bamboo. Or get creative, because you can build trellises with all types of stuffs out there. Right? Even pieces of fencing. If you have pieces of fencing, you know, you can build all kinds of creative things. We'll see how this does this season. The simple guerrilla planting method. If you would like my free Eat the Rainbow shopping grocery list or my Big Bites meal planner PDFs to help you to stay organized when you go grocery shopping and planning your meals throughout the week, then comment the word gifts down below and I'll get that out to you. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about how to become more sustainable, gardening, homesteading, plant-based nutrition, and even how to grow amazing foods right in your backyard, then watch this video right here, where I share with you how I was growing wimpy papayas until I stumbled upon one rotten secret. Watch this video right here, and I'll see you there.